Hello YouTube and welcome back to the garage. It's still freezing cold, hence the headwear. I got a text off Santa saying that because I've been a good boy all year, he had got me a shovel. So I came into the garage and this is what I found. But even I'm not stupid enough not to recognise that ain't a shovel, it's a spade. So we'd better look somewhere else, probably in that direction. Well, now it makes a bit more sense. This is what Santa's brought me. Much more interesting. It's a 1973 Electroglide FLH 1200 cc's. It is not without its problems, but it's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely fabulous. So let's have a look round and see what we've got and what I am up against. Engine wise, it appears to be fitted with an S&S Super, I presume a Super E, I don't know, Super E carb. It's still got its mid-mount control positions bolted to the frame and floorboards. The back brake appears to work. There's certainly pressure there. It has had black crinkle paint applied at some time, which I don't think is original for 73, but I'll have to look into that because I don't really know my Harleys very well at all. I'm still learning, it's my first Harley, and I'm sure there'll be lots to find out about. Battery box, I assume. There's no obvious signs of any major issues looking at it. It's not pouring oil out of anywhere. There's slight dampness around the heads perhaps, but not a lot. The exhausts appear to be slash cut straight through, so I'll have to poke something up them, see if there's any baffles in there. And then moving up slightly, the tank is scratched but not dented. It's in matte black, which clearly isn't original. It has the almost obligatory Jesus loves me sticker, proudly showing it's an AMF Harley Davidson. That will have to get changed, as I'm not a fan of matte black, but I'll tell you about the plan once we've gone around the bike. Ignition key works, it locks. Ignition turns on. We're not getting any warning lights of any description, so clearly there's a problem there. The speedo does work, but the face, as you can see, is loose and it just vibrates around inside the casing, so I'm going to have to split that and find a way of securing that. It has 20,000 miles on the clock. I've absolutely no idea if that is original. Somehow I doubt it. The seals on the tank are both shot, but again that's neither here nor there. And then moving up to the bars slightly, this is where the first lot of problems really start. The ignition is on. Don't know if you can hear that. We just have a random clicking in a no start situation. So I'm going to have to look into why that's not working. I haven't checked the lights yet. I'll do all that when I do the electrics. And then whilst we're up here, oh dear, no brake. So I'm going to have to look into that as well. Hopefully just a seal kit will sort that out. The hose, which doesn't look original to me, appears to be marked up March 18. So The rubber's nice and soft still, so presumably that's been replaced. It doesn't look like the proper one to me. It just looks like a general automotive hose that's been made to fit. But as I say, I don't know my Harley, so it might be right. I'll have to look into it. Let's move around to the front end. So, up front, all this has been spray painted with primer. I don't know why. Feels like alloy, so hopefully that will come apart quite easily. Shrouds need looking at, I think. No sign of any leakage on the forks. The headlight works, as does the tail light. However, I'm not entirely sure it should do that. So that's going to need looking at as well. Let me just turn this slightly. And then bring you down. Where we have what I believe is called the banana caliper, I think. Tiny bleed nipple for a thing this size. I'm not entirely sure it should do that either. I'm sure there must be something that's meant to stop that happening, so that's going to have to come off and be investigated. Looks like the mounting pin's got play. I'm not entirely sure how that's meant to attach. I should have to have a look. There's clearly another pin there which has some sort of play in it. Anyway, that needs looking at. While it's off, I think I'll probably rebuild the caliper as well as the master cylinder, and then at least I know I'm starting with all new brakes. The disc is superficially rusty, superficially light scoring, but no huge wear lip or anything on it. In fact, that's hardly got a wear lip at all, I don't think. Certainly usable. So I'll have to investigate what to do with this. And how it's meant to work. No doubt I will be relying on some help from the internet to guide me with these things. The wheel is also been painted in grey primer. There's a very slight dent there as well. So I'll have to strip that off and see how bad the chrome is. The front mudguard is fiberglass, which is a surprise. I'm not sure I like that, to be honest. I don't know, I'll have to think about it and see how much a metal one is. I don't imagine it gives much additional support to the forks. But again, something else that needs looking into. If we move slightly to the right, we are missing the floorboards, or more to the point, the floorboard rubbers, which I'm assuming are available. I'll have to look into that again. Maybe complete replacements, I don't know. I'll have to look into that, as I say. In fact, I keep saying that, so I must stop saying that, because it's very dull. Okay, let's look further back. On my way further back, I thought I'd better look at this as well, as the brakes appear to be less than perfect. The rear disc is clean. As I said earlier, this appears to be working, but then I gave it a bit of a wiggle. And I'm sure it's not meant to float about like that. There must be something wrong there. So that's also going to need a dose of looking at. And then if we turn you around slightly, the rear shocks. The chrome's peeling off them. They seem to have some damping left, just not much chrome. So I'll probably just run them for a while until I'm sure everything works before I start throwing money on decorative items. So let's move on round again. The rear mudguard is metal, thankfully. Hinged for wheel replacement, I assume. It is UK registered, so I've got a number plate to go on when needed. And if we turn the lights on, we have a tail light, no brake light, and then the fuel tap, which seems to just flick round. It all seems a bit leaky around there, so I'm not sure if that's an original tap. I don't know. The fuel smells a bit off as well, so I'll have a look at that when the tank comes off. And then moving round, the car looks reasonably new, the leads look reasonably new, and then below that the starter solenoid looks reasonably new, possibly been replaced when there's been an issue with the non-start on the button. I don't know, we shall have to look into that. And then moving up slightly round, we have an aftermarket oil temperature gauge on our dipstick. So I suppose the final issue then is, does it run? So ignition on, what I think is a choke on, all the way up I'm assuming. And if we just bridge these two in the absence of a starter button. It's very, very, very loud. Which I think answers my question as to whether there's any baffles in there. No. It's loud, loud, loud. So whether those pipes will stay in, I'll try and find some aftermarket baffles to insert, or whether I've got to find another set of pipes, I don't know. So there it is. My Christmas shovel. Lots to do. Hopefully straightforward. Work will commence reasonably soon. The plan, as I mentioned, I had a plan, who knows if it will succeed or not, is to address the issues that make it unroadworthy at present, i.e. brakes, etc. Give it a full service, make sure it's safe, and then ride it. Because if you look at my other videos, I'm in the middle of a BSA A65 restoration. That needs to be completed before this can be addressed. When it does come to the major work, it'll basically be getting cosmetic paint, tidy up, clean up as much as I can, because it could be a money pit if you started replacing every single bit of chrome that's tarnished. So just look as pretty as I can make it for a reasonable budget. So that's it. Come back again. Please subscribe, etc., etc., etc. There will be fairly frequent updates. I'll be ordering some brake parts almost immediately, so that's where we'll be starting. I want to try and find out what's going on with the front end particularly. So, till next time, bye bye.